Welcome. This is Grapsody. We are here to review what a lot of people are saying is an all-time great AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. Uh, it is Memorial Day. Hopefully, you guys are getting your barbecue in, celebrating and remembering their loved ones. But also here really early in the morning with us for some reason. I don't know why you're up this early.
What are you doing here? If you are here, go back to bed. Stop doing this. Shout out to y'all for joining us this morning. Phil, it feels like I've said this 12 times after an AEW show, an all-timer show. People have said this. Like, they keep doing this, and I am not mad at it. Keep outdoing yourself. Excuse me. Keep outdoing yourself with your own shows, man. Like, that's the way a wrestling company should do. We're comparing AEW to AEW, and they keep knocking it out of the park, man.
Yeah. This was a really great show. When we talked about it Saturday and we ran through the card, I was like, yeah, this had the potential to be a good show. They don't really miss on pay-per-views anymore. So, um, yeah, this
Like, when's the last time they missed on a pay-per-view?
it's a good question. Uh, I can't think of the last time I've been like completely disappointed with an AEW pay-per-view.
Not in
Uh,
full.
and Double or Nothing was starting to get a bit of a bad rep in Las Vegas. A lot of people were like, "Hey, maybe go some other places, try some new venues." And so far, so good. The last two, Phoenix and this one in New York, was really great.
Apologies. I was a part of those Vegas crowds, and a lot of the times myself, I was like, this is not it, you guys. Yeah. The number one probably prospect and person and people and things to come out of the show last night for me was the crowd. Like, they enhanced this show so much. Like, it's so much great wrestling on this, but the wrestling was even better because the crowd was rabid for like 99% of the show, just like out there having a good time, good guys and bad guys cheering and booing. Like, it was just a perfect crowd. That's how you do it.
Yeah. First major pay-per-view in New York, I believe, right? Well, other than Forbidden Door. Um, and yeah, the New York crowd was great. The venue looked good. Sounded great on camera. Yes, I was thinking about it, and they were talking about doing another big stadium show uh, outside of All in Texas. That was the other big report out of this, that this was AEW's um, second biggest gate outside of All in Texas, of course,
Mm-hmm.
in the U.S. But if they're going to do another stadium show, I was like, yeah, they could easily do New York again next year.
Not mad about it at all. I definitely will pull up to New York and get myself a seat if that is the case. Yeah, that is some exciting news coming out of this, that it feels like things might be happening that people predicted. And when some shows are not in America, there might still be some shows in America. And New York is definitely on the list. I think there's some places like New York. It's so funny because there was a time very recently where some shows were in New York, and I was like, I don't know, this not was wasn't the greatest crowds, or it didn't feel like New York crowds, and maybe it's because they were in Queens specifically, which has like a pretty deep wrestling history, and they love some wrestling. That changed it, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because they didn't have to be to work this morning, or whatever played into whatever factored into the greatness that they produced last night. But we need to do it again. I think before we get into the show, I did see that some people were trapped. Phil, did you see this stuff?
No, I did see
After
that.
after the show, shout out to the homegirl Ridian who posted a video of, they said they closed the gates and like thousands of people were trapped inside of a bridge or something to transition out of the venue. Like, it looked insane. Some gate was closed and it trapped a bunch of people inside, and it looked pretty bad. And it was nighttime, and I hope everybody got out okay, and I hope everything is fine. These New York shows, New York area shows, seem to always have this kind of thing because they end so late. So I hope everybody got home okay.
Yes. Uh, yeah, I think it was one of those. It was late, and they close certain ferries and they close certain gates at a certain time. It is a Sunday in New York, so
they don't change because it's wrestling. They're not like, hey, AEW's here, fix all the schedules.
But yeah, we're gonna get into this. Send us your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on the stream. Yeah, we're gonna run this card down. Double or Nothing, coming to you from Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. 12 match card. I was a little bit worried when I saw 12 matches, and we talked about this Saturday. I was like, yeah, this would be right up Tony's alley to add at least one more pre-show match. But we stayed at 12 matches. We stayed at those 12 matches.
Good job, Tony. I know you were itching. You probably had one more in the tank, but you did not. And I thought that the show flowed pretty well too, Phil. It didn't overstay its welcome. I'm sure the East Coast people thought it was extra long, but as on here of the West Coast, I was like, that was a good amount of time for me.
Yes. Opened the pre-show with Divine Dominion taking on Zeta Steel and Viva Van in their 5-minute tag team elimination style match. This has kind of become like the Divine Dominions. Oh, you guys aren't on our level. You can't even hang 5 minutes with us. And I thought it worked for what it was. Zeta Steel tried to be smart and quirky by jumping out of the ring and vying for time and stalling and trying to run around the ring. That didn't really work for them. Once Viva Van got into the fray, Divine Dominion beat down on her. Zeta Steel tried to come in for the hot tag. She ends up losing. Divine Dominion, to nobody's shock, picks up the win here.
These 5-minute things have been fun. It's been a showcase for a lot of women, independent women, for a couple of weeks. This time, shout out to Viva and Zeta going 2 back-to-back pay-per-views within a week. Also being on the ROH show a week ago, and now being able to be featured on this AEW pay-per-view. I think it's awesome for them. Got to get Divine Dominion on the real pay-per-view here at some point, though, I think is where we're leading with this.
Yeah, it seems like we're leading to something with them. Zeta, I thought, did look good here. Viva Van, again, looked great. But after the match, they tried to beat down Viva Van, and that's when Anna and Tay came down, and it seems like they're very much teeing up Anna and Tay to possibly be the next team that faces them somewhere down the road. Maybe they're going to face them in one of these 5-minute eliminator matches as well, and they're going to be the team that goes the distance and forces them to put their titles on the line.
And shout out to them. They got a big pop hitting the ring out there. People still remember them in AEW and want them to get some shine. So I don't think it's bad at all, them being the next contenders for those tag team titles.
Yes. I think it makes sense. You're going to continue to build up this tag division. You need established tag teams.
Yep.
You need a team like Anna and Ty that's been around for a while. There was some controversy during the tournament because a lot of people hoped that they would make it further in the tournament. That was a whole thing. So, yeah, this makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, it works out. They do need to finally get a proper feud for those championships because a lot of people thought they could potentially be the first champions.
Yes. Then we had Boom and Doom and the Conglomeration taking on Shane Taylor Promotions in a 10-man tag team match. This is, again, what it was. Another one of those, like, Big Boom, AJ, QT Marshall matches for the free show. QT falling off of the turnbuckle, unfortunately, ended up being one of the funniest things out of this match. One of the few things I remember from this match off the top of my head. I don't know how that happened, but boy, was it funny.
Brother, I had a good chuckle at the homie QT. It made it even funnier, Phil, because it was the finish. Like when he fell down, they went in. It was like 1, 2, 3, we're done here. Like he was supposed to be a part of this and like did not make it. I hope QT is all right. That's a far fall to get from up there. But yeah, it's just good to see Shane Taylor Promotions. I think just like Zeta and Viva of like getting a shot on this pay per view because they've been doing so well over on Ring of Honor, and they did so well on the Ring of Honor pay per view. Them continuously getting shots on like Collision and stuff like that is appreciated and needed. It's just so funny seeing matches like this, Phil, because like if you watch AEW on a weekly basis, like you never QT Marshall is like not even in this universe, and then like Big Boom AJ, but then you watch the pay per view and they're like,
Here
oh,
they
they're
come.
here, yeah, here they're right here. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's all of a sudden like it's like, oh yeah, yeah. This is part of the usual pre-show experience. Yeah, it's good to see Shane Taylor Promotions here on the pre-show. Um, Captain Sean Dean and Carly Bravo are fire. Infantry, a great tag team. Carly
Yep.
Bravo still looks the part. He still wrestles the part. Sean Dean, I don't know how long you can keep getting away with this BBC thing. Every time he does it, I'm just like, sure.
It's they say it on commentary. Everybody's tweeting about it. I'm like, it's work. He's doing this. It's working. It's getting over. People are liking this. I didn't know it was going to be a thing, but here we are. Sean Dean, you sicko.
Yes, yes. Sean also posted a picture of himself in commentary and some video during the Stadium Stampede match that was also pretty funny. Um, yeah, to nobody's surprise, the good guys, Boom and Doom, and the conglomeration picked up the win here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not much to write home about. Harley came down to offer some back up against Christian XL. So this was what it was.
Pretty on the line. Another just pre-show showcase to get the Rizzler and those guys out there. It was fine.
Yeah, we did at least get to see Big Eddie Kingston in New York after the match. He got a big reaction like you'd expect in New York. I
Huge.
still, would have liked to see him on the card in like a real way, but him coming down with his with his backpack and his little pole that he was swinging around, his inanimate carbon rod that he's swinging around.
I thought it looked like he didn't know he was gonna run out there at first because he like had on like his regular clothes. I was like, oh, they just tell Eddie Kingston he had to go out there? But hearing that pop, Phil, was like, why isn't he on that show? Like I was confused going into the show why he wasn't on the show, and then hearing how people reacted to it, it was like,
Yeah, maybe he should have been here. Another person I did not expect to see, your
huh,
boy Manson, baby. Mance Warner
huh.
popped up right after this stuff this week with Mance and AAW. I got a good chuckle out of it. I was like, Mance. I was like, boy, Mance was like, I'm getting booked one way or another. I'll be there.
Listen, I saw Mance run out there, and I was like, "Oh, there he is." He did. He couldn't. The AAW match. Listen, the game is the game. It probably looks insane to people that are caught up on the story. I'm like, "Oh, he didn't go to that match to go to this 30-second cameo thing," but like I'm not mad at it. He's going to be forever in the annals of this pay per view, and he got to experience that pop that Eddie Kingston was a part of, and I'm sure it'll all be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Mance is from this area as well. Got a good reaction. So,
I'm a big Mance fan. I love Mance.
yeah, how can you not like Mancer?
Mm-hmm.
We wrapped up the pre-show with the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta taking on the Ops, Anthony Bowen, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. This was fun. Death Riders are still a kooky bunch. They come out and they do their little huddle that they do and jump up and down and jump back and forth. It's really funny. These guys work very well together. Dan Garcia getting his shit off at the end. Like, what y'all think? That wasn't gonna happen. And I was like, boy, that that Mox guy is rubbing off. This is absolutely something Mox would do after a match. Um, but yeah, this was good for what it was. Good way to get the Death Rider guys on this card. Always good to see more of Anthony Bowens again. Enjoying him showing some more edge and being a part of
Mhm.
this team. Uh, Hook in the mix, Shibata. Shibata just being here with these guys is just like so funny because it's like, what are you doing here?
Because everybody's like trying to get little bits off and do things, and Shibata's just like, let's fight. That's it. I don't care about none of this. I ain't trying to talk. I ain't trying to do none of that. Hook in New York is fun. I like that. The good pop for him. I do like Anthony Bowen's a part of the ops just because it gives him something to do. He's been showing fire, like he means something now instead of just kind of floundering around. And you know the Death Riders are going to be on the show, brother. Come on. You know what time it is. This is the Death Riders company at this point. I can't wait to talk about Mox's match because I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, of course. Death Riders picked up the win here.
Mhm.
That wrapped up the pre-show. Then we opened the show with the tag team I Quit match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. FDR defended the AEW World Tag Team Championship against Christian and Cope. I thought this was a great opener.
Mhm.
It's kind of hard to pull off an I Quit match, and you've got so many things going. It's a tag team I Quit match, but I thought they did a great job. That whole dynamic of having the microphone in play and having to continue to ask each competitor if they quit doesn't always work well. But I
Right.
thought that this was a good match.
Yeah, this was a hot way, pun intended, you guys, to start off the show. Like FTR always, I love their matches. They get time to build. They're classic old school wrestlers. But this wasn't that. This was kind of on some plunder stuff, and it kind of insinuated what Cope and Christian have going on. Like I think um having Stokely. I like that they waited to get Stokely involved because he could have immediately jumped him. It's a no disqualification match. He could have been involved the whole time. He waited for his spots. We got the great cameo in there with Beth. Beth Spartan kicking Stokely to the steps. Like it was one of the best moments of the night. And I thought that them just kind of going 1,000 miles per hour, Phil, and kind of setting the pace of what the pay per view was going to feel like was super exciting. I mean, starting out the show, you guys, you want to talk about a sick company? They started out this entire show with the flaming table. They started the show. That was the first thing of the night that you remember is a flaming table, Phil.
Yes. Yeah, I thought this was a great opener. A lot of the back and forth between these guys because boy, there is no love lost between these two teams. They do not like each other. Uh,
A lot of fist.
yeah, Christian and these guys going back and forth. I was dying laughing at one point when they had Christian's cast up on the steps, and I think the spot was supposed to go different with the center block. Something happened there,
I think it's supposed
and
to
so
break.
I think something was supposed to happen there. So they slammed the center block down, and then for some reason they put Christian's arm through the hole, and they're slamming a chair against it. And I was like, I don't know if that really does anything, but they kept doing it, and he's like, and I was like, I don't know if that's really doing anything to hurt
Just
him.
keeping his little arm in there, and it's like I think they were trying to get the center block to break over Christian's arm, but it wasn't breaking at all, and it just kept being there.
Yeah, yeah, but it was very funny. Uh, they took Cope out with a big spike pile driver on the announce table that looked sick. Um, Once he was out of the fray, they focused on Christian. Then we got our cameo, like you said. Beth Copeland came running
Mhm.
down to make the save. Beth still looks great. She's still in incredible shape.
Yeah.
Like I said, that big pump kick she hit on Stoke was fucking great. But what made it even funnier is right afterwards, Dax slams her head into the stairs out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God.
And like really hard too. Like he put some
Yes,
force into it. Like she
yes.
slatted on those stairs. I was like, oh, okay, no, that's what we're doing, I think.
Basically, like, get her up out of here. I was like, God, dog, relax.
Like he was this match was about Cope getting revenge for what they previously did to her. He got to get revenge again, I think, dog. That was crazy.
Yeah, this whole thing was him trying to get revenge and telling them, "You guys took it too far. You brought my family into this." This guy Dax doubled down. he was like, "Nah, I regret nothing. I'll take it even further."
I'll take it even further. It's hella funny.
Hilarious. So they're setting her up on the apron to take this big table spot. Dax lights the table on fire. This is looking very dire for the Copeland family. And at the last minute, Beth jumps out of the way. Stokely gets thrown through this flaming table, and his reaction to it was one of the funniest things of the night. The way he was like flopping around on the floor like a fish out of water was hilarious. um, what a
He
great
was
spot.
he was on fire for a sec there too. Like after he hit the ground, like his back was on fire. You guys, like they set Stokely on fire on pay-per-view in New York. He from there.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. That spot looked great. This guy is 2 for 2 on these big table spots. There's the other table spot that he took flying out of the ring, almost completely misses the table, slams into the announce table behind him, and then the table flips over and falls on him.
He's gonna have some great videos to look back on. Some great table bumps.
Yeah, Stokely's been such a great addition to this act.
Mm-hmm.
They're a great trio together, and Stokely played his part really well in this match. Cope and Christian end up picking up the win. Cope slams in out of nowhere and starts getting his spears off. That sets up the second half or the conclusion of this match. But I thought it played off very well. We got the big plank with the nails on it playing a part again. Beth comes in and like rips the stairs off and flips him over, and it's under there. She puts it in the ring, and Cope uses that to force Dax to say "I quit." And I thought this was good. I thought this was a good finish. I thought, again, continue to play off this continuity of the big spiked 4x4 that Cope has been using made a ton of sense.
Yeah, the finish of them both having him locked into submission and then trying to turn him into Hellraiser with the bat. Great stuff. I like how they kind of kept it close. That made it a little bit more personal of like, we got this fool locked up. We're gonna make this fool quit in front of all y'all. Like at first the I quit thing, I was like, but I do like how they finished it.
Yes. Yeah, because it felt very personal. It felt very unique to these two tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed this. Christian and Cope are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Obviously, you're setting up some stuff with the Young Bucks with them down the line. We're going to get that match on a big stage sometime this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got some other possibilities. If this company does sign a certain tag team from WWE, you've got possibilities there.
Two tag teams from WWE.
Yeah, could end up getting Motor City Machine Gun in the mix or the New Day.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah, but this was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this, like I was saying, this is probably the best utilization of Cope and Christian as a tag team. Like the vibes were all there. They really were involved in this match. FTR with another incredible performance. Like this was a great way to open the show.
Yes. Then we got Konosuke Takeshita taking on Kazuchika Okada for the AEW International Championship. This guy Okada, man, one of the coolest entrances in pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The way the camera cuts around him when he's doing his entrance still hits every time. He's fantastic. Konosuke Takeshita getting the video package and everything when he came in. This crowd really likes this guy. I've been saying it for months. Like, you got to officially turn this guy babyface because your audience really loves this guy. They want to cheer for this guy, and they had a great time throughout this match cheering this guy on.
Yeah, it felt like it was the night for Takeshita going into it, but then like seeing the video and then hearing the crowd, it was like, oh no, this crowd wants this really bad. But on the other side, that pop for when Okada's music hit was crazy. It's like, oh yeah, this is still like a gigantic superstar. Like there's a lot of guys in AEW that are big time that make it happen, but Okada is like a legend, and you can feel it with the entrance. You could feel how even in this match how he was working and smiling throughout it. It's like this guy is completely different than everybody else. But great way to before the match even started, feel like you could feel that the energy was there.
Yeah, big star, Kazuchika Okada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he of course has history in New York. Um, did of course Ring of Honor, New Japan Supercard of Honor,
Mm-hmm.
and main evented that show in Madison Square Garden. And yeah, New York fans like this guy as well. He's the bad guy, but people still really like this guy as well. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that this match really delivered for as much as I would like to complain about how they dragged this out. I thought it delivered. This is probably their best match together so far. Um, it played up a lot of the tension between these guys. Well, I do think we're probably going to get another one, but because they still left a little bit on the table. It
They did,
feels like they could have hit another gear by the end of this, but I did
which
really
is
like
crazy.
this for what it was. Yeah, yeah, I did really like this for what it was. Once Takeshita gets into that part of the match where he starts hitting those big forearms and the big knee strikes, and yeah, starts laying those bad boys in. You can tell I've been waiting to get my hands on this guy. I'm sick of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Get this guy out of here. I want this championship back. It's easy to forget that Takeshita was a one-time international champion.
Yep.
Even when they said on commentary before the match, I was like, "Oh, that's right, they did. That was the match with Omega." Completely forgot about that.
Okada's just been locked in for so long that it's like, oh yeah, that when they were like two-time blah 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 or another AEW championship, it was like, oh yeah, it's been so long with Okada, you tend to forget. This match was, yeah, I talked about it last night on the show. Like it made me forget that they took 500 years to get to it. Like it made me forget that the build wasn't the greatest. Okada wasn't a part of some of it. Like this match was like a master class in professional wrestling. Like it felt like a big Tokyo Dome style main event match. Like Okada was in there like nobody could touch him in the world. Like the way that he was moving, the drop kicks in this, you guys. I know after every Okada match, yeah, he throws great drop kicks, but like the precision and when he knows like in the match the perfect time to hit one is still one of the most incredible things. Love the story of the Rainmaker, of course, is the big thing for Okada, and Takesha's just spending most of the time trying to avoid these lariats because Okada's throwing them from all angles. And Okada smiling throughout all of it, kind of being like, this is the guy. Like I've been running and doing all this and running next to this guy and fighting with Don Callis, and this is supposed to be the guy that's taking my spot. I don't think so. I love that story, but that motivated Takeshita to, like you said, throw some bombs. There were a couple in there that were like, this is 5, 6, 7 years in the making bombs right here. He's trying to kill this man.
Yeah, very much love Okada continuing to be petty. Like this is the guy. This is the guy that y'all thought is going to be the new me. Like I'm still the me. Like get this guy ain't
I'm still
replacing
here.
me. Get this guy up out of here. And make no mistake about it. This is what Okada does best. Big match wrestler on a big stage. He always delivers on these kind of stages, and this was no different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, the Rainmakers. Some of the wind ups he was doing, and then he'd spin into the lariats, different ways he was getting in the lariats here, and putting a whole lot of mustard on these lariats as well.
Yeah,
uh,
on the other side, same thing. He was trying to knock Takeshita out to just be like, yeah, I knocked him out. Forget about everything you thought was going to happen here.
yes. Yeah, really, really enjoyed this match. I did not expect Takeshita to pick up the win. That was a pleasant surprise. I think that's the right call,
Hmm.
especially with the amount of time that this feud is going on. I think that this was needed. Takeshita needed this win,
He did.
um, which sounds kind of crazy to say, but I do think he did. Of course, he's still the New Japan World Television Champion as well. But with AEW, he's kind of been overdue this big crowning moment at a pay per view. Of course, this won't
Mhm.
be the last, but this was overdue.
Yeah, I think for his specifically AEW fans, they needed to see him beat Okada for this championship and have this moment. It just like made it so much more because they've been waiting for a while. And when you factor in Okada and how long he was champion and what it means to even defeat him, only a few people have. Like, this was the right time. This was the right moment. The closing stretch of this match, you guys, started a night full of great closing stretches because by the end, it's like they're going back and forth, they're trading things, but then Takeshita comes out on top in the end. Like, they knocked it out of the park. They over delivered. Like, this was a huge match, and it did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah. Afterwards, the Don Callis family came out, surrounded Takeshita, and it looked like they were going to stand down. We got huge pop for Kyle Fletcher's return. Kyle came down and gave Takeshita a hug. He looked like he was going to raise his hand. Takeshita's music starts playing. It looks like they're going to ride this off. And then Kyle Fletcher hits Takeshita with a clothesline, starts beating him down. That's when the Don Callis comes back in, starts picking the bones. Damn you, Kyle Fletcher. Damn you. Um, I knew when he came down and he got that big pop, I was like, oh, yeah, this is great. People really like this guy. And then the more and more I was looking at his face when he went down, I was like, oh, yeah, he's going to
I
attack
didn't
him.
like it. Yeah, I didn't like his energy the whole time. As soon as he got out there, I was like, oh, something about this don't feel right. I don't like this. But I also liked it because Kyle Fletcher is back and we need him to exist in this universe. I think it was they made the right move on how they did this. Like, Takeshita needed to get out of there. And I think just I know people are cheering Kyle Fletcher and he could be a monster babyface, but like, needs strong heels right now, and he's a strong ass heel, so he has to stay on that side.
Yeah, you need some ready-made feuds moving forward
Hmm.
for Takeshita, and you needed to cement the baby face turn. This was something I was saying when we talked about it on Saturday. Um, yeah, if you're gonna give him this win, you gotta commit to the baby face turn for Takeshita, and you gotta
Hmm.
completely move him on from Don Callis' family. It's time,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I was glad that they did not do any more hinting and like dragging this on. They just got right to it. Uh, Proto Sheeta is officially over. Um, Again, I don't think we're done with the Okada match. I do think we'll get another one. Uh, but man, the Kyle Fletcher match we're going to get eventually with Takeshita is going to be hard. Can't wait for that. Um, he, of course, is even more angry as well because he had to drop the TNT Championship, and so I suspect he'll come on in wrestling fashion and give us his motives for why he did this in a few days.
And I am ready. We're leading to that match with these two guys who have kind of been on they've kind of been on the same trajectory and to meet at the same place. This is gonna be classic, pretty much. I'm ready for it.
Yes. We got a few super chats here. Uh, some of these we will save for the main event. We got one
Hmm.
from Mikey V. Uh, says shout out to Phil for always seeing the heel turn. Yeah, there's
You
a
can pick them, Phil. You can pick them.
there was a heel turn later in this night that I kept trying to warn you guys. So it's coming. I knew it. I didn't expect it tonight. Well, last night, but I did think it was coming.
You can see it. I don't know how you always see it, but you always do.
Then we got one from Van Twin Blade. He says, "Fuck you, Kev. Pay per view of the year so far. 3, the crowd was hot all night. 4, Kev did did warn them not to lose. Bandito got his head kicked off. 6 AEW plus VPN A plus 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 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard a
I
lot of
haven't.
good things about my AEW.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard it feels like it's going in the right direction and people are having fun with it. And you might need to invest in my AEW
Yes,
and a VPN.
yes. Uh, got one for Ten Ruza. He says New York City is all elite. The new Etihad Park Stadium next. I don't know where that is.
Me neither. Haven't seen it. Don't know it. But yeah, I'd like to go to a show in New York, an AEW show.
Yeah. Um, I had a great time when I went to Forbidden Door, even though that wasn't Long Island,
Mm-hmm.
technically New York. Got one from Tyrone Kid. It says, Tony, stop playing with us. Put Beth in the Owen. Man, every time Beth shows up, she still looks great. I'm like, hey, man, love that you are coming up and being ride or die for your husband. Love that for you guys. But do you still want to wrestle, though? Because I'm very interested in that. There are a lot of matchups in this particular comedy that would be incredible. Beth versus Chris Statlander.
Statlander.
Beth versus Athena, Beth versus Megan Bain. Give us all the dream matches. Like, I just want to know. She's clearly not in a contract anymore. So, is she still interested in wrestling? We want to know, Cope. If we got a Cope interview, or even if I just happen to walk past him in a hallway somewhere, that would be my immediate question. Hey, does your wife still want to wrestle? Because, yeah, I'm really interested in that.
Those matches you just said, I was like, oh yeah, all of those. Mercedes, Jamie Hayter, like Lena Cross, like pretty much everybody on the roster is would be a great match against Beth. So I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Let's get these details. Let's see what she's doing. Or does she just keep wanting to make a little save and then get out of here? I wouldn't be mad at her for that either.
Yes. Then we got another one for Van. He says, one last thing. Kyle Fletcher just went mega heel. You backstabbing SOB. Insert Tyra meme. Yeah. Mutual friend. Ultra mega heel.
Yeah, that Kyle Fletcher. But this is the way you had to do it with Takesha. They've been setting it up for a long time. They've been playing it up on the internet. They've been in Japan together, like all kind of stuff. Like Kyle had to be the one to really do it.
Yes. Yeah. Pharaoh Dom is saying, as someone who sprained my wrist, I can assure you the vibrations of the chair strikes to the center block alone would feel like absolute hell. Yeah. I guess that is supposed to play a part. It just did look pretty funny on TV.
That's it. It looked
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. The park that Tim Bruce is talking about is a stadium in New York. It's for their soccer
Okay.
team.
Oh, okay.
But I do suspect we'll be back in New York for an AEW show soon.
I think so too.
Had the opening match for the women's Open Heart Cup. Sorry, Owen Hart Cup. Open Heart Cup. Shame on me. Owen Hart Cup. Athena took on Mina Shirakawa in a match that was way more decisive than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a closer match than this, but Athena really came out and picked up a very decisive win to move on to the next round.
Yeah, I like the pace of this. I mean, I knew that they weren't going to have a lot of time, so I think that's probably why they were working at kind of a furious pace. But yeah, it did feel a lot more like an Athena showcase than like
Yes.
a big competitive match. And like, I'm not mad at it because it is Athena, and I do think she needs to be showcased. But Mina, you guys, like, I thought that some people suspected that Mina could win, and like she could not. There wasn't any signs at all that she could beat Athena out here. And I think they could have just got a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know where you give Mina the big win eventually. She has talked about how much it's meant to her to enter this tournament, how much she wants to be TBS champion, how much she wants to win some gold in AEW. She has been here over a year at this point. This did reignite my hopes that Athena is going to win this entire tournament. Because
Mm-hmm.
during this match, I was like, yeah, no, Athena should win this whole thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just book it. Whoever does these things, whoever has the pencil over there, just go ahead and book it. She looks great here. Of course, it's Athena. No shocker here. Athena and Mina have had matches before on Ring of Honor, and those matches were great. This was, you know, basically a sprint of those matches they've had elsewhere. But I still very much enjoyed this. I did notice at one point Athena hit Mina with that big drop kick into the barricade, and the barricade started malfunction. And I was like, where have I seen that before? What other match did this? If you remember, that was the big spot from Athena versus Mercedes as well. And I was like, I wonder, is that intentional? I did see that though. Uh, yeah, poor Mina did take a beating here. She did show a lot of fire and desperation throughout this match. I think that's something that Mina Shirakawa does very well.
Mm-hmm.
She did show in the short amount of time how much winning this tournament, how much getting a championship win meant to her. And that's something she did well towards the end of her stardom run as well. And man, she put out some great moves. The big spinning tornado that she does out of the ring. Uh, Whatever the heck that move she was trying to do, where she lifted her up into like the suplex pose and then came
Mm-hmm.
straight down.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was supposed to be a brain buster, but the landing
Mm-hmm.
looked a bit off.
Kind of caught her in a flatliner a little bit, like spun
Yeah,
her around a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay, they were trying to for some innovative stuff, and I don't know what happened, but I liked it. Yeah, I think that the thing that I like about Athena in these moments is I feel like she's like, I don't know when my next AEW moment's gonna be. So every time she goes 1,000 miles per hour, because in this match she was going 1,000 miles per hour. Like the strikes that she were throwing is like, oh yeah, she's showing them that you need to continue to put me in these positions because I'm incredible. They have her and Mina have really good chemistry, and it showed here even in the sprint of like just give them this amount of time, this amount of minutes, they're really going to put something together. Mina showing fire, Mina getting the crowd behind her, even in the little amount of time and positioning that she had. I think this was a fun match for what it was. Just wish it had more time, but who's surprised?
yes. The other thing that makes Athena scary as well in these kind of matches, when she has to show any bit of desperation, because man, she's been winning for 4 years and she's been surviving every challenger that comes her way as champion, and so she's kind of seen it all at this point. But when Mina started focusing her ankle, and Athena did tweak her ankle early in the match, and Mina started focusing on it, it's almost like that made her even more dangerous, because it was like,
Mm-hmm.
nope, I got to put it into this now. I can't let you um, weigh on that ankle. I can't put on that have a weakness. I got to put you away immediately. And that's basically what we got. Athena
Mm-hmm.
uh, hits the O face to pick up the win here. She's moving on to the next round. We are officially heading to Athena versus Sari, which, buddy, that is going to be heat. Cannot wait for that. I think at the very least, Athena should make it all the way to the finals.
Definitely. Yeah, like cuz like that match is going to be heat, but she has to be come out on the top on this side at least and get to the finals against Mercedes, who needs to be this wild card. And we have another incredible match for me at Forbidden Door in San Jose. Thank you.
yeah, uh, yeah. Possibilities are already there. This could be the big Mercedes Athena rematch at Forbidden Door. Um, Persephone could move all the way on to the finals. That could be
Also,
the finals for this tournament.
mhm.
Um, I wouldn't be mad at my sleeper pick, Hazuki, making it to the finals. I think that is
Also,
wishful thinking, of course, but just excited that Hazuki is in this tournament. But yeah,
three
this,
potential fire matches for Athena is what it is.
yeah. But so far so good. Great start to the women's open Owen Hart. Why do I want to keep saying open heart surgery? I don't know. It's early. Um, Great start to the Owen Hart Cup. Um, I did not say this when we talked about the the 0 hour, but I just thought about it. Um, we did get the AW debut of Mick Foley.
All
I
right.
thought Mick was great in the spots with Renee running down the show. Um, but man, that segment with Max was tremendous. It just shows you what Mick does very well. This guy's a pro. He's been around wrestling for the longest, and he knows how to, in just a short amount of time, get people to buy into the story of a match, to get people invested enough to buy it. And this was such a fantastic way to try to sell anyone on the main event if you already weren't bought in. If you were just watching the 0 hour, this was a great sell for the main event.
Yeah, this is kind of, if you're just watching the YouTube show and you're on the fence, Mick Foley coming out here and having the promo with Max and then having the promo with Darby was a huge sell. When Mick Foley started yelling and pointing, brother, it is time. If Mick Foley points to you, you know it's going down. When he started getting into Darby was the weirdo, pick last. I inspired him. I feel like I'm living vicariously through him type bag and putting that stamp of approval on Darby. I thought we talked about us potentially thinking Darby could win this. I mean, my prediction was that Darby was going to win. I really thought he was going to win after this Mick Foley promo. I was like, that's how you get somebody to buy a pay-per-view. That's how you put the stamp of approval on Darby Allin. And that's how you introduce Mick Foley, if you didn't know, to the AEW crowd.
Yeah, I thought his stuff with Max was really good. He still has the fastball. Max is still Max, but Mick's retorts to him were great. Very much in line with who Mick is. Some very quirky lines. Like he was like, "Yeah, this is my first time being this up close to you. Your hair is a lot wavier than I remember. Later tonight, it might be waving goodbye to everybody." Funny line.
And Phil, there's a little bit of controversy, as they would say. Mick Foley brought up Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and the crowd didn't like that.
That crowd did not like that at all. They booed the mention of Dwayne The Rock Johnson here. They did not want to hear that. Yeah, this was the first hint that yeah, we're not over there no more. Like
we don't, we're not talking about that over here. That's not what
no.
this show is. We don't know him.
Yeah. Yeah, crowd was not a fan of that. But everything else they loved about this.
Right.
Max got some good heat off of this. Hit Mick with a low blow. And as he's trying to walk away, Mick gets back on the mic and he gives the great, "Hey, where are you going?" Again, just classic Mick stuff. "Get back here, Max." Really great stuff. And that's when we get Darby coming out to run Max off. And man, even though I still felt like during this whole segment that Darby was not going to win, I was like, what a great moment for him as champion to get minted by Mick Foley, to get the seal of approval from Mick Foley here. Fantastic moment. And this was absolutely unique to what Mick Foley brings to wrestling, absolutely unique to Darby's character. And I thought that that's what made it perfect. Yeah, Darby has gotten some incredible endorsements. Got a big endorsement from Sting, of course, throughout his run with AEW. Got the initial endorsement from CM Punk when CM Punk got there, and then got this with Mick Foley. Mick Foley putting over again, like, this is what makes not only Darby unique, but this is what makes this company unique, because you're not going to see Darby Allin wrestle anywhere else but here. And yeah, no, over there where they do the clean, polished wrestling, where a guy like this could not get all the way up to the world title scene and win. This was special, man. I really loved it.
Dog, within a month and a half, Sting sending Darby out to win the AEW World Champion, and then on his last day as AEW World Champion, Mick Foley is like, "We're all proud of you." Like that. Like, what a crazy time for his character. Someone that there's always that little bit of doubt in can he be the number one guy? Can he be that? But getting the stamp of approval from world champion proven legends made all this even better. Like, what an incredible run. But having Mick Foley be able to do this, Phil, in 3 minutes or whatever is such a great get for AEW.
A pro. This just immediately tells you why it's good to have Mick on these pre-shows, why it's good to have him here as a voice of conscience, because that's what he did so well throughout his career with WWE.
Yep.
And yeah, man, all time great Mick Foley. Like, how in the hell could you not like Mick Foley? Like, it's just not possible, man.
He came on the buy-in and got people to buy. Like that's pretty much it's worth it. You made it happen with that one show. That's crazy.
Yeah, I really love this. Yeah, hopefully we'll see more of Mick moving on. Um, when we initially saw the set, which I thought the presentation and the stage and everything for the show was great, but when I saw the scaffolding and everything on the ramp, I was like, yeah. When I think of guys' careers like Mick Foley, Shane McMahon, these guys cannot wait to climb on top of something. As soon as I saw that scaffolding, I was like, yep, Darby is going to climb this thing and dive off. And to have Mick Foley here to open this show, very much in the spirit of what he would have done as well, I thought that was a great touch.
It all hit. All the dots connected.
Yes. Uh, got John Moxley defending the AEW Continental Championship in a no time limit draw match against Kyle O'Reilly. Um, we talked about this a bit on Saturday, and I was like, I don't know where this is going to go. It feels like Kyle should win here. I don't know how this guy keeps getting away with this, guys. I don't know how he keeps getting away with it. But, buddy, when I tell you, every time he does it, somehow he gets me hyped up and on his side, and I'm just like, nah, fuck out of here. He's winning. What's wrong with y'all? It's Big Mox time. I'm telling you, because in the final stretch in this match, I was getting more and more hyped, and when he comes out with the win and he gets charged up and celebrates like he just won a Super Bowl, I was like, nah, Big Mox energy. I ain't trying to hear none of that y'all talking about. We're still on time, still Death Riders, bro. None of them owls over here. Big owl energy.
It's something about him, man. He's good at rallying. That's why he's the leader of the Death Riders, and he's forever going to be the leader of the Death Riders because he can get anybody to do anything. Before this, when we did the preview of this show, we're like, is Mox just coming to get his win back? He just came and got his win back, but it was still like, hey, man, he earned it, though. He did it differently. Like, I was laughing because I was like, they didn't do a lot different than what they did on Dynamite. Like they kind of just like ran back with a little bit of extra, but like finishing stretches again, like this show had a lot of great finishing stretches. And when they start to lock in, when Mox starts to be Mox, it's hard to not root for him.
Just, man, special wrestler, bro. The aura he brings to these things. Um, when he gets in his bag and when he sees a weakness and he jumps on it every time, the way he's like, I got him. You could see it. You could like does not have a great poker face when he sees the chess move ahead of him. I got him. And this has been a thing throughout his AEW run. Famously, when he sees a weakness he can capitalize, he pounces on it, and we see that in this match. Poor Kyle O'Reilly, man. He has had Mox's number throughout this feud. And as soon as he saw that ankle was a weakness, he pounced on it. I did like the pacing of this match a bit more than the match we got on Wednesday. I wasn't thrilled with doing the match to set up a match, and there were a lot of similarities between this match and the Wednesday match, like you said. But Game 7, pay-per-view, Mox is just different, man. It just is, man. Every time you think you can count this guy out, man, every time you think he's not going to pull one out on him, he just somehow manages to do it. But I did love like the dynamic between these guys, the mutual respect by the end of it, the closing stretch to set up the dueling ankle locks. Mox is selling when he gets put in these kind of predicaments and it looks like he could lose. Is very funny as well. He did that quite a bit as a heel when it looked like, oh, somebody might get him in a hold, or when somebody like tried to hem him up with a chain or choke him out, and he looks like he's really in danger of losing the match. There's a sell he does every time where he's like flailing his arms around. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, when he's like reaching towards the ropes, doing like that slow crawl, he is one of the funniest and best at selling in this moment. But yeah, Mox did it again, like Phil said. If it's a big match on the line, if something's happening, he is going to power up and power out of this. I just didn't know because I'm like the whole story of what Kyle O'Reilly was doing to come back this was like he has Mox's number. He's gonna do this. He's gonna beat him. We talked about it in he talked about it in the build up to the match, and that was kind of this. That Mox was like, I'm not really worried, but I am kind of worried. Like that was all the whole thing. But now it's just over, right, Phil? Like there's nothing. Like Kyle can't be like a rematch, can he? I mean, he can, but it doesn't really hit the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is it. This is probably wrapping this up.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we went back to it. I'm glad because Kyle did beat Mox on pay per view, and he got injured in that match. He had to take some time off. He returned at the last pay per view, so I'm glad they didn't just go, "Oh, he's in the trios now," and he has forgotten about this Mox feud. I'm glad that we did immediately get back to it by the next pay per view, and I thought the payoff was worth it. Yes, I can get into how it doesn't look great that in the long run this didn't do that much for Kyle, because Kyle probably should have just wrapped this up and got the win because he's had this guy's number the whole time. But this guy Mox, man, I just don't know how long he can keep getting away with it. But so far so good. I'm still in. Yeah, the way that Mox picks up the win again, his celebration at the end, where it's just like, man, feel sorry for anybody that doubted me. This was always the outcome, and he celebrates like I said, like you would have thought he just the childhood dream. He just won world championship on the biggest stage possible. The Death Riders come out and they're like again ready to lift this guy up on their shoulders, which again made it even more funny because I was like, these guys, man. It almost feels like they're on the edge of our seats with us. Like, man, this guy, man, he keeps doing this and he keeps doing it. He keeps pulling this. He keeps pulling this win out of nowhere.
He does.
I don't know
but
how
at
much
the end,
time.
it's always the same. He's always like, I never had any doubts. I don't know why you guys had doubts. Like, I knew exactly what the game plan was, and I executed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't say that this was like my favorite match of the night, but just something about this guy, the ace of this company, man. Just still, it still feels like a big top guy in this company, man. It's so funny, man. It's so funny because I can see how people would not like this, man. But Ox is the man, guys. I'm sorry.
He's there's the Death Rider universe, Phil. Like he's like, I'm over here doing my thing. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna have my little championship, and I'm gonna have my little feuds, and I'm gonna have my little group, and that'll be it. And like, I'm not mad at it. Like he's still working like he's the world champion of the company, and I'm not. He should.
Yeah. Again, I don't know how I feel about the fact that Mox lost at All In. He's still on TV a lot. The Death Riders are probably on TV more than they were before. This hasn't done much for a lot of the people coming out of the Death Riders' reign of terror. I mean, Darby ended up getting his big win. Momentarily, Hangman was on top, but Mox is still at the top of this company, essentially.
He's on every show. He's on Dynamite, Collision. He always has a pay-per-view match, and he should. He is the fucking ace of this company at this point.
Yeah, I thought maybe Mox could lose here, and this could set up maybe Marina becoming the next TBS champion, and she would basically be de facto leader of this group and like standing at the forefront with the title. Nah, still big Mox around here.
Mox is like, I'm glad you thought that. That sounds good, but nah, let me get this belt. Let me get my belt. Let me get out of here.
I don't know who's going to beat this guy at this point. Um,
I have zero ideas.
but
Like, who are
yeah,
they setting up? Like, who is like, what's the end goal of all this? Osprey, he's gonna win the world title.
I don't know. You know who would be a good shout? And I don't know how long Mox is going to hold this. I wouldn't be mad at Brody King beating this guy and becoming a new Continental Champion.
That's good. I like that. Because you're gonna need some kind of force against John Moxley because he's fucking unbeatable at this point.
Um, yeah, I so, sorry. Yeah, I'm aware that Denise does not like Mox. I've seen some clips of it. I've even seen her try to intervene in conversations that I'm in, talking
Yeah.
about how much she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't like Mox. Nah, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mox around here, buddy. I'm not trying
Yeah,
to hear
no,
that.
yes, boy. She's in the group chat sometime with her little hatred. It's known.
No, Mox at this point is cemented as the best member of the Shield, in my opinion. Um, and y'all know I'm a
I'm saying Phil
big,
saying that. This
big
is Phil.
FC over here, but bro, Mox is different, bro. Sorry, Mox is that guy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Because they have them every week, Phil, on who's the best member, and somebody just put out a video recently that I watched, and it was the most egregious takes that I'd ever heard because they kept saying Mox is number 3, and Mox is not number 3, you guys. Mox is number 1.
No, Mox is firmly number one in my opinion, guys. I know people are gonna try to do but Roman and Star Power. Nah, Mox is number one.
Yes,
I
on like
mean,
across the board.
no, I mean you can make a very strong case, in my opinion, that um, Mox out of those three guys had the best feud with CM Punk. And I mean, I think the match at All Out is incredibly underrated. Um, we don't talk about it as much because of what happened afterwards, but what a great match.
Fire ass
Now,
match.
of course, when it goes down, most people are going to be like the Roman match is the best match out of all of them because WrestleMania and everything. But as an all-around feud, I think Mox had the best feud with Punk.
Yep. The Mox and Punk promos, I think, were the strongest out of everybody. So
Yeah, no, I mean, Mox also was the only guy out of these three that smoked Punk in a promo battle.
like real legit piss Punk off.
Yeah, we got great moments out of that. Punk coming back and doing these guys, man. He wasn't even the best guy in this group. These guys ain't great at nothing. And then Mox humbling this guy and beating him, cutting that great promo after that, and getting the iconic line: CM Punk, fragile ego, fragile body, weak spirit, bro.
Mm.
Nah, Mox is that guy, bro.
That's when Mox planted the flag. Now Mox is like, I don't want to hear it. This is how it is. I'm out of here. Yeah, since then it's been like, all right, now I hear you. How could anybody else be number 1, dog? Come on.
Um, yeah, great match. I think they probably could have shaved a little time off of it. It did end up going 18 minutes, but I did really enjoy this match.
Probably should have went 13 minutes, but you know, fine is fine.
It didn't need to be as long as it was. Yeah. There's another match on the show. I can't wait to see because I thought, yeah, you probably could have shaved some time off of this, but we'll get into that.
I want to talk about shaving.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe in the first match of the men's Owen Hart Cup. This was fantastic. Man, this guy Will Ospreay, man. If you didn't know, you didn't know. It's his time, buddy. He came out. People still love this guy. Big entrance. I don't care when I hear Elevated. Still ready to run through the wall for this. And I mean, it has been a very long time of hearing this guy coming out to this theme, Tokyo Dome, all across the world. still for my money, one of the
Still,
best interest themes in wrestling at the moment. It fits this
still.
guy perfectly. Big aura when he comes out, big pop. He's fantastic. He's going up against one of my all-time favorite wrestlers in Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe in this match did very Samoa Joe things. Um,
Yes.
what a guy. What a guy, man. This match was fantastic. Probably at least my second favorite match on this card. Absolutely love these guys' dynamic. Love the story going into this. That uh, Will Ospreay in the storyline with the Death Riders is like, yeah, I'm trying to make my way back. Mox very much played, let this play out and showed this guy, hey man, you ain't no killer, man. Like I'm not. You can come back here. You can say all this stuff. You want revenge, but you ain't. That ain't you. You've been going around trying to play this game with other guys that are real killers, and you ain't that guy. And I love that the whole story going into this is Death Riders trying to rebuild this guy and remold him into a real assassin heading into what could be the biggest match of his AEW career. Um, yeah, this was great. Osprey jumping on Joe right away, getting a hot start, getting the Oz cutter, and then immediately trying to ground Joe and beat down on him. And I cackled laughing when it gets to the outside and Osprey attempts to do the Sasuke special and Joe just gets out of the way. And it was almost like Joe was like, look at you. You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. You think you're ready to be in here with me, a real killer. You can't help yourself. You're gonna try and do some flippy stuff, and I got you. Look at you now. Look at you now. You eat a dick.
This is so funny because I keep having these Osprey moments. Because after the match was over, I was like, "Damn, that was so good. Why was that so good?" And then it just clicked when you were talking about it. I was like, "Oh yeah, Will Ospreay is AJ Styles Jr. Of course, this match was good. It's Samoa Joe and AJ Styles Jr. Why wouldn't it be good?" And there was a lot of those elements, a lot of stuff that Will Ospreay has watched Samoa Joe do against AJ Styles that he tried. That Samoa Joe kept being like, brother, do not try this against me. He did the Samoa Joe walk away on an Oscutter attempt. He was the counter of the power slam out of the hidden blade. Come on, brother.
Best power slam in the business, buddy.
Come on. Beautiful.
I
A beaut.
yeah. Joe, once he started getting into his bag because he let his foot off the gas, went for that Sasuke special, and Joe was just waiting for it, stepped out of the way, and then slammed this guy head and neck first into the barricade. And I felt like his soul leave his body when he hit that barricade. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. As soon as that happened, Joe is just all over him, throws him in a ring. He's beating down on him, grinding him down, beating on him, forcing him into the corner, continuing to beat on this guy. It got really scary for Osprey at that point because it looked like, oh, hey, you're coming back from a neck injury. Let's see if you're ready to really come back. Let's see. Oh, your neck hurt? You that hurt? That hurt? No. Let me see if this hurts.
There was a lot of let me see if this hurts. Oh, you came out okay on this? Let me try this suplex that's going to destroy you. Let me try this that's going to hit you. Let me sweep your legs from under here. And Osprey kind of continuous. He's playing a couple of different games and having a different stories in here of like, he still has that little bit of doubt. He's still in this, like, this is a dream match, Samoa Joe. He's trying to incorporate these Death Rider things by taking Samoa Joe down, but Samoa Joe has been down, so he know every time we try to take Samoa Joe down, Samoa Joe has the counter, Samoa Joe somewhere else. It's like, you can try this Death Rider stuff, but Samoa Joe might not be the one to, like, really get your shit off against.
This was the perfect next match for Osprey in this storyline coming after the Mox match because Joe is another guy. This guy is a legitimate killer. People have been saying throughout this guy's career, no matter where he goes, Joe's gonna kill you because this is what this guy does. He don't play no games. He does not play with his food, and we saw that as soon as Osprey let his foot off the gas, he came in and was like, "Oh, are you done? Let me show you how this is done. When he stepped out of the way of that Oz cutter and then slammed on this guy with that senton, I was like, Jesus Christ, get up!
And Samoa Joe never changes his swagger or energy. Like when he came out for this match, you could tell like I'm coming to beat this fool's ass. I don't care about your expectations. And as the match progressed, he kept getting more confident. He kept being at that like I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Like I'm tired of you guys giving him props. Like I'm about to kill this guy.
And I love this energy throughout. Not just, hey, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Hey man, you hanging out with them Death Rider guys? Hey, do you remember who saved you from those guys? Now you in here talking and popping fly because you went and did a few neck exercises and stuff with them guys. Hey man, I'm gonna get you right up out of here, dog.
Oh man, that is funny, dude. But yeah, Samoa Joe, he is just a legend. He that energy throughout and him incorporating his classic stuffs like catching Ospreay in the corner with the Uranagi and power bomb. The combination moves that Samoa Joe did, it was all on display. But Ospreay is, man, the neck injury working stuff and constantly trying to rally the crowd behind him, like it's his time, Phil. It's undeniable again.
Yeah, to your point with AJ Styles and like these kind of matches we've seen Joe have where it's kind of like a quick guy that's going to come in and get the strikes in, but can also do the flippy stuff. It's part of what made like the Finn Balor stuff in NXT work so well.
Yep.
And some of the other biggest feuds of his career, of course. And yeah, this was no different. A guy that he can the guy that he can like throw around and like hit with these big strikes and just like use slam on the brakes with this guy. This was fantastic. Loved this match. Samoa Joe ends up taking a hidden blade and he staggers around, and before he can recover, gets hit with a second one. Ospreay picks up the win here. This was fantastic.
Great match. Great way to start the men's Owen. Great way to show that Ospreay is ready for this and put Samoa Joe on every TV ever because he's amazing.
Yeah. Ospreay is no doubt going to head on to the finals.
This is his.
This set up another match with another guy on this show that has the same vibe to him. Like, yeah, this guy is a killer, and very much can't wait for their next interaction. We have a first-time guest on our channel.
What the hell's going on here?
Not first-time guest on the channel. I've been here before. I'm not here very long. I know you guys are talking about Double or Nothing. I don't want to interrupt that, even though I'm interrupting this. But there's a much bigger feud at play than anything going on in AEW. What are your thoughts on? What are your thoughts?
Did he get that link? Did he get that link, Jeremy? You sent the link out to him?
He didn't message me to get the link.
Bro. At one point, there were tears streaming down my face. I was laughing so
same.
hard.
Same. I was dying.
And we were dying at your tweet specifically in the group chat of like, Jeremy's like, hey, forget all this, dog. Come on the show.
Yeah.
Bro.
I was like, come on, join us. We can hash this out. We can. People thought it was like a pay for, like, oh, you guys are playing for views. I was like, man, we might get like an extra 100 views. It ain't that big of a difference. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't think you could possibly plan anything that was nearly as funny as this was. Matt Hardy, for some reason, saw this like random Joel Pearl tweet, and he's like, wait a minute, what do you mean our match was stupid? What about the match was stupid? You got to explain what made it stupid. And I was just like, I think it was just like a throwaway comment.
The funniest thing was Joel just no-sold all of it. He's like, I'm not replying to any of this. I'm not replying to a single word. Yes. That's what we were saying in our group chat. We were like, just don't sell any of this. Like, hopefully he'll just move on.
Fuck you, Matt Hardy. Like, that's not the way to go about this either.
He got invited on Busted Open. Like, Bully Ray's going to be fair to him. Like, come on now.
Bro, that was hilarious because Bully Ray is like, Yeah, man, get this guy on Busted Open. I want to talk to this guy. What does he mean our match was stupid? And then Matt Hardy like tags him. Yeah, Joe Pro, come on, Busted Open.
That's what I was like, Matt, you could come on our show. Like, you know, we got a platform here. Come on.
It's those
now.
damn Fightful guys. I hate how that is the thing behind it. He works for Fightful.
Oh, yeah.
He's spreading this false information. I'm like, what's happening here, you guys?
That always kills me. Is like we got like Sean, we got like 40 people on staff. Like one opinion does not reflect the opinion of all of us. Joel's the stupidest one out of all of us. Come on now, don't take his opinion seriously.
And I mean, look, no knock against Joel, but the idea
no, knock
that
Joel. Fuck it, you can knock Joel.
The funniest bit in all of this as well is Matt being like, "Hey, you represent Fightful. You got a responsibility." And I was like, "Why is he talking about him like he's Sean Ross Sapp? Like he's like the number one guy at Fightful?"
That's what I said. I was like, no one really cares what most of us say. Like,
seriously.
Yeah, like if it's not Sean, no one really cares what most of us have to say. And like, he tweeted it, everyone was ready to move on, and like Matt just kind of like Streisand affected it. Like everyone would have not paid any attention to it, and he's like, "Nope, let me quote tweet. Nope, let me do this video. Nope, let Bully Ray reply." It's like you're giving it way too much attention, man. Way too much attention.
That video, bro. Oh my god, man.
I was dying. I was dying on that video. I am still on In the Weeds, by the way. So Joel is just listening to me have this conversation with you guys and just sitting there and regretting all of his life choices. So I'm going to pop off here. I just wanted to get your thoughts on this nonsense.
When y'all talk to Matt, tell him I said, what's up? Tell him to come on, grab
man.
I will let him know.
I'm sure you guys will, are out there throwing something on the grill. OKC still looking good.
I don't want to talk about any of this stuff. We need Dub back. We need Dub back. Like no Dub, no AJ. They're fully healthy. They got a 7-foot alien out there that you can't do anything against.
I mean, octopus, dude. No Jonathan Gresham. I'm telling you.
I mean, I think you can give those 2 losses a pass that they have taken. These are the only 2 losses they've taken in playoffs, and it took Wembanyama having like an out of body crazy great game to beat these guys. Like when he hit that 3 from half court last night, I was like, oh yeah, they're not beating this guy tonight. He's on a mission.
No. I'm sure this person's very nice on your channel. I'm gonna put him in timeout just because I don't want any ghost Spurs.
Not wildebeest. Don't do wildebeest like that.
I will take full credit for putting this person in timeout. Everyone knows I'm a little bitch about my sports, and if you try to act like go Spurs and all this stuff, I'm very sensitive about this. It's 2-2. Like this series is always going 6 or 7, right? And if it goes 6 or 7, you're gonna have to lose 2 or 3 games. So I'll be a stressful mess on Tuesday, and we'll see how it goes. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Talk to everyone later on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that Matt Hardy and Joel thing was very funny. The
whole day I just kept being like, Matt Hardy ain't got nothing to do on this Sunday, dude. He's just like spending his whole day. He's like, I'm about to make another video on this guy.
And another thing.
Seriously. Listen. It's all subjective, I thought, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, very, very funny. Chain of events. But yeah, where were we? Will Ospreay picked up the win. He's moving on to the next round of the Owen Hart tournament. Then we got the second quarterfinal match of the night: Swerve Strickland versus Bandito. I said it during our preview, and I was very much validated. This was match of the night, guys. This was incredible. I mean, we already knew how Bandito gives it up. And I figured, like, Swerve, his back has been against the wall. He's kind of needed something big. He's needed something to sink his teeth into. And he's essentially out of the running for the AEW World title at this point. He's got to get away. If he's going to get a world title match, he has got to get something that guarantees he's going to win. And that is the perfect setup for him to get to the finals and potentially win the Owen Hart Cup. I did not think I would feel this way because again, this is Osprey's time. But by the end of this match, I was sitting there going, you know, man, if he won this whole tournament and ended up going to Wembley, I wouldn't be mad
Not one bit.
because Max is champion again, and I think that could be a money match. We still haven't gotten that match 1-on-1.
There is some heat in there, brother, just stewing, waiting to be unleashed.
I still wouldn't be. I still think that that's a big match, and if you're in favor of Max walking into Wembley as champion, I would not be mad if that's the match we're getting. Based off of their exchange in the ahead of the Fatal 4-Way at World's End, I think that could be a big match for AEW, and if that's also how we get the third Kenny Omega match, if Kenny wins before All In and Swerve wins this tournament. Again, I know there's gonna be some people like, but Will, it's Osprey's time. I would not be mad if that was the outcome at all because this guy is fucking fantastic. Some of the stuff he did in this match, I was just like, this guy is incredible. He came out first of all, very funny man. He had his sleeveless beaded jacket on.
When he was doing the hand thing, I was crying, dog. That shit's hella funny.
Whole time, Nana's with him. Nana's still in his bag. Yeah, great stuff. Bandito starting this match off on fire, doing the big kip up, doing a handstand, and just flipping backwards and going, "Come on, you're the most dangerous guy here, right?" And again, it's that same kind of energy that Joe gave Osprey, like, "Oh, you're in here trying to do flippy stuff. You're trying to do all this acrobatic stuff. I'm about to beat your ass. Like, what do you think this is?"
Yeah, that being the story of the match of Swerve coming in like super serious about like trying to win this match and going on to win this tournament of like, we're not in here playing games. I know you want to put together some stuff. I know you want to have all these death-defying sequences, but I'm going to try to kick your head off, dog. Like, I'm going to try to Swerve stomp you into this mat. Like, I'm not playing out here. I haven't been playing, and it kind of being connected to that tweet and what he was saying about them not wanting him on the show and having to show them this is what happens when you do put me on the show.
Yeah. This absolutely delivered. Bandito is a freak of nature. His athleticism.
I can't believe it.
the big military press that he did with one hand with Swerve. Swerve is a big guy. This is not a small guy that he's just lifting over his head like that. That looked crazy. There's a bunch of stuff Bandito does. So I'm just like, how big is the bag at this point? Where do you keep managing to pull something out of the woodworks that we've never seen before? And even if we have seen it before, he still finds a way to make it look like
different,
innovative and fresh every time. And I mean, legitimately one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. Like this.
Yeah. This match had that sense of urgency that I crave in pro wrestling. Like, that's my favorite thing about current modern day pro wrestling is when there's some sense of urgency, when it feels like both of these guys are trying to win this match in some wild ass way. Like, there were so many moments of Bandito hits the new grounded 21 plex, and it's like, oh no, but he can't get the victory because Swerve's been working on his neck because he hit a German suplex into the turnbuckle super early in the match. And that was kind of the story of the match, of him constantly attacking Bandito's neck. I love that Swerve did Michael Jackson cosplay. Then they did that spot where he stood on top of Bandito that looked like a move that Michael Jackson would do if he was a pro wrestler, of like moonwalking on a guy's head. Swerve, and again, Phil, Swerve's a big dude. So when he stands on top of someone's shoulders, it's a lot of weight. Like, I can't believe him. Like, he moved into heavyweight status, and like there was some stuff he was supposed to leave with old Swerve, and he still keeps doing it, and it still looks awesome, and I can't believe it.
Yeah. You won't understand this reference. But when Dragon Ball Super had us all in chokehold, there's a moment in the last few episodes of the series where Goku goes into Ultra Instinct, and all of the gods of destruction stand up out of their seat, and they're like, "No, this guy's it." And I'm telling you, when he stood straight up on Bandito's neck and did that house call, I stood up out of my seat and I was like, "No, this guy is out of his fucking mind." And the fact that like this guy, it almost felt like in that very moment, I was just like, "Look, again, I know this is Osprey's time." But it almost feels criminal that this guy is not back in contention for the world title at this point. It almost feels criminal that this guy has not been world champion again. And it's one of those, like, we've been, characterized as big swerve defenders on here. And I was like, nah, fuck out of here, dog. We might have to get some gold back around this guy's waist immediately, because what on earth was that? Like, I was like, what?
Still, this guy isn't even on TV half the time. And this guy is a fucking star, a huge star. And he does things every match that he's done this year. He's done at least one thing where I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, how did you do that? Like, the finish, as you guys have probably seen my video on Twitter. If you haven't, the finished ruined my life in the best way, dog.
Bro.
Like, that counter code red into a fucking Hurricane Rana, and then Bandito goes for the 21 plex and gets reversed into the cop killer for the finish. What?
Yeah, that closing stretch of this match was insane. I mean, if it was just that spot of Swerve standing on his shoulders and hitting that house call, or the Swerve stomp he hit earlier in the match, or some of the other crazy spots that we saw here,
Poison Rana to the fucking outside.
Yeah, the Poison Rana going to the outside, which looked very dangerous. That reversal out of the 21 plex. I mean, first of all, that deadlift 21 plex that Bandito has added to his arsenal,
It's fire.
incredible. But the counter, and at this point, the 21 plex, you've gotta suspend imagination. You gotta suspend disbelief for a moment for a guy holding on to the ropes and waiting for him to set up this. And so I absolutely love that Swerve of all people is like, yeah, I'm just gonna bait you in. And as soon as he sets it up, reverses it into the cop killer, nails this guy, Swerve stomp, 1, 2, 3.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable match. I said it Saturday. I was like, yeah, I think this is going to be match of the night. Still exceeded expectations. This was amazing. And coming right after the Osprey match, and how much I liked that match, and how, like I said, this was 1A and 1B for me of how these were the two best matches on this show. And this is looking like what's going to be our Owen Hart Cup finals this year. I was like, buddy, take me there. Sign me up. This is going to be incredible. You still have this storyline in place coming from their last Forbidden Door match, where Swerve is telling this guy, like, you still playing games. This means everything to me. I had to do terrible things to get this championship. You are not ready to do what it takes to do this. And you've got this same storyline in place now. It's like, hey, man, if you want to get to the Owen Hart Cup, and it's now even worse because he's been to the top of the mountain, he's lost the championship, and now he's trying to get back. Every week he keeps telling us, hey, I want power. I want everything that it takes to get back there. I sacrificed last year, and I had to go away for a while to help Hangman get his moment. Hey, what did that do for me? Where did that leave me? I, of all people, shouldn't have to learn this lesson again, that there are no friends in this, and you still got to do what you need to do for you to be champion. I feel like he's even more dangerous going into the Owen Hart Cup final than he was as champion, because he was resting on his laurels as champion in some ways. I don't want to say he was complacent, but he had done it. He was champion. Now it's just like, oh, I forgot. I need to do whatever it takes to get back there. And if it means I got to go through you and you trying to play these games and go train with them guys and try and be a killer, again, I would not be mad if Sport won this tournament, guys. I would
And
not be mad at all.
the best part, Phil, the crowd showed us last night that a lot of other people I don't think would be mad either, because this guy is over, brother. Crowd, he's supposed to be a heel, quote unquote. The New York crowd didn't think so.
They do not want to boo this guy.
They don't. They don't.
They do not want to boo him. I got a pretty funny message during this match because I tweeted at one point. I was like, nah, I might be a part of the agenda for him to win this tournament now. And somebody was like, yeah, I don't know why this guy's a heel. And I was like, I'm not booing this guy.
I don't think he is.
I'm not booing him.
Incredible match, though, you guys. Like, just everything you would suspect out of these two. I don't know how, like, you have Bandito on your roster and he is at the main event of every one of your shows. Same thing for Swerve. Both these guys, I'm like, I wouldn't, like, they would be mad at me from booking them every week. They'd have to tell me to stop. Like, that's how incredible these guys are.
Yes. Yeah, it still very much feels like Will Ospreay's time, but I absolutely love that you've got this collision course between these two guys and their history together with this company, and it could really go either way.
It really can.
Yeah, the Fatal 4-Way for the AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla defended her championship against Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. I thought this match was great. Again, I'm not letting nobody slander Chris Statlander. She does not put up bad matches on pay-per-views. When the lights are bright, Chris Statlander always delivers, and I thought these women killed it. I thought that they did a perfect job of telling you the story of this match. I don't think the build for this match was great, but straight away, you clearly got what is the story here. Jamie and Statlander hate Tekla, man. I mean, the way that they were hitting her in this match, the way that every time they got a chance to tee off on this woman, I was like, oh no, it's up. It's up every time we see her. We hate her. And the only wrinkle in the entire thing was that Hikaru Shida, she was the only one in the match that wasn't going along with the plan, because these two were like, hey, I don't care who wins this match. She just needs to lose. Get her out of here.
Absolutely. They hit a couple of double chops on her, Stat and Jamie Hayter, that I was like, they are really trying to hurt this woman. Like, they do not care about her well-being in this match. Like, they're not. The story coming into this was Stat and Shida were supposed to be a team working to win this championship. But no, Stat and Jamie Hayter were working together half the time to try to kill Tekla and take her championship. I thought that Tekla was great in this too, of like being elusive, trying to stay away from both of those women and getting her shit in from different angles. Like if she had to come from over here, hit you, jump off the rope to hit you, like a couple of suplexes in here were super incredible. I thought that she played a great role as the champion. The match, the times when Jamie and Stat weren't working together and they were working against each other, is like these two have great chemistry. They're always trying to knock each other's heads off. They understand that, like, I didn't think either one of them were going to win at any point of this, but they made me believe in a lot of moments that they could win. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think that that's what made this match so good. It was part of what I also liked about Mina versus Athena as well. There was like this desperation for both Jamie and Statlander. And you can see, like, for Jamie, like, she's been chasing this big world title win since she's come back to the company. And Tekla at every point has stopped her from moving forward. She attacked her at one point when she debuted and, you know, of course, stopped her from winning the world title at the last pay-per-view. And then Statlander, the same thing. Statlander on top as champion. The thorn in her side, the thing that closed off her run as champion, was Tekla and the Triangle of Madness. And so she's told you, like, I'm trying to make history. I had a chance to be the first Grand Slam champion in this company, and that didn't happen because of Sheeta. Now at least I can win my world title back, the title I should have never lost to Tekla, and she was this close multiple times, and you could see again just the hatred for Tekla multiple times throughout this. Really great. One of the things I really loved about the show as well is getting to see on a big stage like New York, because no matter what you want to say, New York is still like one of the biggest cities in this country.
Yep.
It's just different. It's a different energy around wrestling in New York, but like
It
just
is.
putting on shows in New York in general. And so I already had this inkling about Tekla. We've already been singing this woman's praises, but buddy, her aura when she came out in New York, the way that crowd reacted to her, I was like, yeah, nah, Tekla's out of here, bro. Like coming down, and she's got all the confidence in the world. And again, they're all gunning for her, and she's just like, "What, me? Y'all just all just little me? Y'all doing all of this for me? Like y'all, I'm still gonna win this match. Y'all can get all of this off and whatever." And she's such a great heel in this match because she's taking this beating, but again, never stops talking, never stops gloating. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought that she had, to your point, one of the best entrances of the night, actually, like with her confidence
Yes.
and how the lights were going all over the crowd and how everything looked. I was like, this is what the kids call aura, baby. Like she just like looks like a pro wrestler, moves like a pro wrestler, acts like a pro wrestler in the coolest and best ways. And there was moments in this. Did she hit a Dr. Britt Baker move at one point? I was like, do she got the mandible claw in? Like, what is she trying to say something, or is this just a coincidence that this accidentally was locked in here? I was like, don't give these people no ammo, Phil, because you know anytime they give people some Dr. Britt ammo, people are like, maybe that's gonna happen.
I did see that. I did wonder what that meant. I was like,
What does that mean?
she coming back soon? Is that going to be the big match for Tekla down the line? I don't know, but I did notice that. But yeah, this of course the storyline between Statlander and Sheeta was great. Sheeta was really the glue that kept this match together. She did a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of storytelling. And you know, for my money, I think she's been one of the best characters in the company. Her stuff with Statlander has been really great, and that reaction when she accidentally hit Statlander with the big knee, and she was just like, "Oh, no, whatever," and just kept going. That was great. Statlander comes back into the fray. She's just like, "What are you doing?" She's still just like trying to have the conversation, and she still doesn't see that Sheeta was never on her side in any of this. It's like she's trying to argue her case, like, "Yeah, what are you doing? You're in the way," and Sheeta just slaps her. That was great. Poor Statlander. Statlander had this match won. She hit her finisher on Tekla. She goes for the pin. It looks like this match is going to be over, and Sheeta rolls in and absolutely wallops her with a kendo stick. And yeah, from there it was on. Like from there it was on. The reaction to that from the crowd. The crowd booed heavily because we followed all of this with Statlander's title run and wanting Statlander to get her win back, wanting her to get back to where she was, and she was this close. She was right there. I thought that was executed perfectly. Coming out of this, getting the Statlander Sheeta stuff moving forward, that's going to be great. Really, day one AEW wrestlers, if you really think about it, and just like
Yep.
their trajectories with this company, it makes a lot of sense for this to be a big feud moving forward. And I was on the fence on who you put the TBS title on. I think it makes a lot of sense for this to be a part of what's next for the TBS title. For this to be like a big feud for that belt moving forward.
Yep.
I don't know if that means you put the belt on Statlander, if you put it on Sheeta. Sheeta's never been TBS champion. I think you can get a ton of mileage out of that.
Yeah, if the ready-made built-in feud adding the championship, that's always going to add something, and there's a bunch of things we can spawn off of that as we saw in this match. So yeah, that might not be the worst idea. Rewarding either one of these ladies, I think, is a good idea because Stat has shown every time the bell rings, she's on fire and nobody's going to stop her, and she has been doing such an incredible job since returning as kind of one of the heads of this division.
Yes. But yeah, I ended up liking this match much more than I expected.
Yep.
Uh, that Tekla ekes out a win, narrowly escapes this match. She is still your AEW Women's World Champion. Um, yeah, but this was really good. Even in the slot that it was in, I was like, I don't. Coming right after that Swerve and Bandito match, I was like, how are you going to top that? And the women did a great job, man.
Yep.
I thought they were phenomenal.
They worked a really great pace of like, again,
Yeah,
my favorite thing, sense of urgency that through this whole thing. It was like we're all trying to get as much as we can in, but all trying to win the championship. That's all you really could ask for in a match like this.
yes. Uh, we got a few super chats. Yes, boy says, Phil Lindsay reps the Death Rider so hard, bruh. Nah, man. All these other guys putting them owl emojis next to their name for the boy. Nah, they're the only owls we respect around here is the Death Riders.
The Death Riders rule all, you guys.
Yes. We got another one from Yes Boy. He says, just had to explain to my nephew the origin of the word woke. Why did white people have to take that meaning? Sad people aren't educated on the culture. Yeah, I absolutely hate it every time I see woke used in a sentence now because it's always used wrong. I hate what it's become. White people have bastardized this thing that really was for the culture, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people have no idea what it means. And I mean, to sum up how bad it is, you had that stuff with academics for the weekend, and academics also using the word incorrectly.
Idiot.
Hated it.
I hate it. Every time I hear it now, I'm like, I don't want to hear it, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely hate it. Um, uh, got another one from Mark. He says, "At work now, so we'll watch the show later. But it is time. Is it time to have a convo about where Mercedes is? If she's coming back, it's coming up on 5 months. I think she's going to be the wild card.
Yeah, she's coming back. I think that there is the time to have this conversation because she is needed. I told them send out the damn Mercedes bat signal, but
Put the
yeah,
signal up.
it's wild card. There's only one person that needs to be in that wild card slot, and it's Mercedes. If that's not the thing, then we'll need to have the conversation. But it feels
Yeah.
like that's the thing.
I can see why, because I thought she would be back by Double or Nothing.
Me too.
I I'm kind of surprised they ended up going to New York without Mercedes, but I definitely think she'll be back by Wembley.
Because every time they keep saying the stats and that stat of this is the second biggest stadium show they've ever done, one of the biggest stadium shows non-WWE of all time. I'm like, the next match I have a gripe, and then I'm like, why didn't Mercedes have a big match if this is you're going to tout these numbers, and like there's a couple of people that I think should have had big singles matches.
Yeah. But yeah, appreciate the super chat. Salute to all people that had to go to work today. Not everybody had the day off, even though it's holiday.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, clearly we're here early in the morning with you, so
We're working.
we're working. And we got one from Meat Enormous. He says it's still raining. No cookout today. Just meat oos. No raisins and
Just
potato
me,
salad.
Oos.
I'm not that kind of sicko. Double or Nothing was all gas, no brakes. Yeah. Don't put raisins in places they don't belong.
What?
Yeah.
Who? Don't. That's it. It's just meat. Oos is hella funny. Meat enormous.
Hilarious. Appreciate you. Then we had very curious to see what are your thoughts on the penultimate match of the night, Stadium Stampede, Team Ricochet versus Team Jericho. I thought the video packages we got to start this thing was great. A lot of references to the Warriors and the Heels team. The Demand had their baseball jerseys on. I thought that they looked great. I thought like everything around the presentation and them pulling up for the match was great. And then Team Jericho did a parody of the opening credits for Snatch, which was fantastic. I thought that was really funny. It kind of like laid out like the murderous row of guys for their team, the Hurt Syndicate, the Elite, Kenny Omega choking on cigar smoke was one of the funniest moments of the night. He just can't help himself. He's gonna do something goofy, and this was really really funny. The match itself, I thought the match was fine. I liked it. It did go on very long. I thought that you could have shaved maybe 10 minutes or so off of this, 5 or 10 minutes off of this, and it would have been fine. There was a lot of antics here. Very Jericho-centric match. But like I said, I didn't mind it as much. It just felt a bit long for my taste. And I think it's also because of the placement on this show. And you got to remember, like, the Stadium Stampede was a thing during pandemic wrestling. That was like the origin of this.
Yes.
And it kind of worked in that because of the empty arenas. And then also, if you're not doing a long show with this big main event angle, I think it would have worked better here. Like if this was the main event of the show and you had like a lesser world title match, it would have fit better. But because it was so long, and I was just like, okay, man, I'm trying to get to this main event though. Like I feel you guys say, right, let's wrap this up. I'm trying to get to that main event though.
It's funny because there was word, maybe Fightful put out word that in New York they banned blood and you could not brawl around the arena, and like
that makes sense.
Yeah, a big draw of Stadium Stampede, Philip Lindsay, as you know, is brawling around the arena. And so while the match was happening, I was thinking there's not a lot really happening in this match. I think like the expectations that they've set with Stadium Stampede and Anarchy in the Arena is like, it's going to be chaos and it's going to be all this. And like for a good chunk of the match, it didn't feel like chaos. And like, I've seen 10-man tag matches on Dynamite that are some of the most fire matches that I've ever seen. Like they're going on all cylinders. They're PWG style fucking bangers. This was not that. This was not that at all. Like, first of all, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, like his names are in the annals of history. Some people say his trilogy of matches with Okada are the best wrestling that ever happened in the history of wrestling. Hidden away in a fucking match, waiting on the fucking floor for his moment. Kenny Omega's in this match, waiting for his time, waiting for his spots. What the fuck is going on here? Chris Jericho is doing the big spot was dumping a bunch of tennis balls on the thing and suplexing Ricochet on here. It was just so tame, Phil, and like I'm not mad. Like it ended up being like a lot of your favorite guys. We got all your favorite guys on the show, but like there was no consequences. Like the point of like Anarchy in the Arena and these big matches like that are their blood feuds. Like there are these two factions that we can't keep apart, that we need to figure out a way for them to blow this off. They put this match together in the last 2 weeks of just like, well, we need to get the Elite on there. Like, oh, let's connect the Don Callis family, and Ricochet and Jericho are connected, and Ricochet and Jack are connected. But that's it. Like, I get like he's friends with the Hurt Syndicate, so they're here too, and they kind of have this thing with Demand that's been going on for like 8 years. Like, you could connect some dots, but there wasn't enough real heat to to really stand behind what they were trying to do here as a match. Like the couple of bits were fun. They tried to run Mark Davis over. There was table spots. Like the climax of this was 5 table spots, and like, sure, but like that's not what Stadium Stampede, that's not what the vibe really is. Like I didn't get what this match is supposed to represent. I didn't get the stampede out of the Stadium Stampede. It was just like a super glorified Dynamite main event. And like, that's fine, but that's not what I came here for. Kenny Omega's fucking locked away in your match, dude. What are you doing?
There was a point in this match where Kenny still feels like Kenny, big star. And I was just like, hey, you know where this probably would have worked better? Maybe if he was in the Owen instead.
I don't know. Huh?
Just a hunch. But my theory as to why he's not in the Owen is because you don't want him to lose the Owen and take him out of the running to win the championship. because I do think Kenny could possibly still win the championship before All In, and
On the
that's
way
why
up.
they're keeping him out of the Owen.
Mhm.
But yeah, the fact that he hasn't been in the Owen yet, and of course, famous Canadian wrestler, and like it feels like all the vibes are there. He's been telling you all year he wants to be world champion. The road to become a world champion is through the Owen. It would have made a ton of sense for him to be in there. So I don't know. I thought this was fine. The crowd was very much into it. The crowd was loud throughout this. The crowd was very much invested in it.
They
I
liked
thought
it.
that was one of the great things about this show on the whole. But like, I thought that really kind of carried this match, and it made it seem like it was better than it really was because the crowd was into it. They remained loud. They remained active throughout it. Um, there was a lot of kooky stuff in this match, though. The giant tennis racket. Like the at one point they're backstage and like Jericho is like taking balls out of this like tennis ball machine and like throwing them at Ricochet, and that looked silly. We got a Tommy Invincible cameo, which I was like, Tommy Invincible. I was like, wait.
And he got his shit off, Phil.
Yes, he got his
camera
catchphrase and
on
everything
him.
in.
They let him do his little bit. I was like, what is the hell is happening here, man?
Yeah, the very very indie-rific stuff in this match that was just like, this is ridiculous. I will say again, big stage, and it tells you who your stars are. Bro, Hurt Syndicate, man, these guys were insanely over. The
Yeah.
second like they were announced for this match and they popped up on the screen, that crowd got loud for those guys. When Bobby and Shelton were getting their shit off in the match and outside of the ring, they got a great reaction. Big loud "We Hurt People" chant as well. Like, that stuff was hot. Shelton Benjamin, man, that big dive he did,
Dog,
like he,
that's what I was
bro,
about to say. Anytime either one of them starts to really get in their bag, when Bobby starts to do his run around the ring bit, the crowd goes crazy, dude. They fucking love them some Bobby Lashley. When Shelton does his step up knee, people go wild. They love these guys, man. Like they still have something, and I don't understand why they're not featured a little bit more. Like they don't have to come and kill everybody like they were, but like put these guys on TV. Yo, the spear, Phil, that Clark Connors hit on this match on fucking Bobby Lashley, brother. Oh
crazy,
my God.
crazy. Clark is incredibly underrated.
Oh my
So I was glad to
God.
see him get some shine in this match. Yeah, the demand also played their part very well here. Ricochet is still one of the top heels in this company. He got some great reactions throughout this. Got generated some great heat. He's very good at taking a beating and getting his comeuppance when early in the match when they're like teeing off on him and taking turns, like hitting this guy in the corner, and he's like flailing around and selling. All of that stuff is great, and that played into the finish of the match as well. That was great. Um, it just, I feel like you could have like, just like I said, maybe made this a bit shorter and just like
The Young
focused
Bucks
on,
were here.
yeah, focus on certain interactions, and it would have been better. I don't think this needed to be a 7 versus 7 match either. It was just a lot to keep up with. Um,
Doing too much.
and like, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite match on this show. I think just its placement on a card and everything didn't help it as well, in my opinion. But it seems like you're absolutely gonna have divided opinions on this. Some people are gonna really like this. It's their kind of humor. Uh, the Jericho stuff, like I said, you could take it or leave it. This is right up uh, the Young Bucks alley to do silly, hokey stuff like this as well.
Totally.
Um, the the spot with the submission at the rope, and they're all like holding hands all the way up the ramp. It's so ridiculous, but again, silly stuff that'll only work in this match. Um, yeah,
And
there
then
was
MVP comes and hits Ricochet hand, and they all tumble like dominoes. I was like, all right, you guys, maybe I don't know what's happening here.
very silly indie stuff. this is the most fun I think I've seen Bobby Lashley have in AEW. Probably the most fun I've seen him have in a long time. He broke character at some point in this match, and that was cool. Again, this guy was out there having a blast, it looked like. And I think like that stuff made me enjoy the match probably more than I would have in any other circumstance because it just looked like, hey, let's just do something. Let's entertain this crowd. They've been great for us all night. They've stayed loud throughout. Let's give them something as a palate cleanser going into the main event. And in that way, I think it worked the way it was supposed to. The Leo cameo was hilarious. Again, you got to give this guy all the credit in the world for taking something that people were like, what is Leo doing over there? He's bald. He's like spitting oil at us. Like, what is he? Like, what is he doing over there? And more and more, this thing is getting over. It's working. The reaction when people saw him backstage just tells you everything. Like, this guy's going to end up being a main fixture on AEW at this point because this is getting over.
Yeah, he keeps getting his shit off and it keeps working in these moments. And it's hilarious. I was crying laughing when he's sitting there, keeps doing his bit. His Malcolm interviews are amazing too. If you guys haven't seen, please go online. They have hilarious chemistry. Him helping the Hurt Syndicate. I was like, okay, look, I like this. I'm not mad at this at all. There's some connections here. There's some things going on. And him being featured there was dope. After they did the table spots, look at Bobby Lashley's reaction after they put all those people through tables. It's like a genuine, I'm having the greatest time of my life reaction. And that part did make me feel good. I don't think this was a bad match at all. It just was like, okay.
It was a lot.
And I thought it was just going to be more. You know what I mean? That's it.
It was a lot. Yeah, the end of the match comes when they get Ricochet alone in the ring again. All of the baby faces are attacking him. Khan takes one for the team, pushes them out of the way, and he ends up getting beat down, taking the pin. Babyface pick up the win here. Yeah, I foresee this continuing to be a very divisive match online. I already saw some of the reactions to it, and I was like, yep, this is going to be one of those. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
I was a bunch of people being like, you don't like fun, Reg. I fucking love fun. That was not fun. Hate when people say that. I love fun, dude. And like, also, you guys, like, there was a bunch of like, dude, I liked every other match on this show. And people are honing in like, why didn't you like that? You don't like, dude, I liked everything else. Why are you guys focusing on the one thing that I didn't like?
Because you can't. Why are you complaining?
I hate
why,
that.
Why do you hate fun?
I praised everything else, and it's like, well, what about this one thing? What about the one thing? If I say 9 good things and there's one bad thing, what about the 9 good things?
It's funny because there were parts of this match that I was like, oh, some of this is right up Reg's alley, but I was like, oh, he's probably not going to like this.
It's that. They kept having me on the field, like, the Young Bucks will get together and do their thing, and I'm like, yeah, and then they'll do a big tennis racket bit, and it's like, they like that big everybody hold hands point. That's like a PWG spot. Like I've seen this at on the third day of Ebola or the second day of Ebola, and it's like I understand what you were doing, and it worked for the crowd, but I'm not in the crowd, nigga. I'm at home, and this shit is boring.
Yeah. We got a super chat from the other Mikey V. Says Stadium Stampede was crazy. Almost all of it was live too. Was pure sports entertainment. Funny how they even do that better than the entertainment. Yeah, I think that was the thing about across the show that I really liked as well. Like, man, this was just straightforward wrestling, no filler, no ads. Like, just like even if this match wasn't for you, it was hard to not come away and be like, man, I love wrestling. Like when wrestling is just like presented in its purest form, it's just great. And like the in-ring product across this show was so good. And like even this as like the one like big hokey match on the night, I thought it worked for what it was.
Yeah, still was a lot of wrestling even in this match. Like that's how they were doing. That's how they were giving up. Yeah, I saw that a lot in the chat last night of people being like, it's so great to just see back to back matches with no ads in the middle, no ads during the commercials. They're not trying to sell us stuff half the time. It's just straight up wrestling.
Yes.
They're selling you wrestling.
Yes. wrestling is still the focus here. Meet Norman says the Stampede needed more stadium, but was a good time. Can't wait to see what the New Day do in the playground. Wadate, my Danny's. Yeah, that's another one. I think if seeing what they could do creatively in this atmosphere sounds like a load of fun. Like,
and that's what also another reason, like in hindsight looking, I'm like, okay, it's okay that the Young Bucks were also lost away in this match, because Cope and Christian just won the belts. We could potentially get the New Day and the Motor City Machine Guns. Like, they're about to be super busy. They're about to be so busy. So it's all good.
Yeah. Meet Normus also says Leo and Bobby reunion without the pose. It's time. Yeah, that was hilarious, man. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh.
Leos are funny. It's working too, man. Keep at it, dog. I'm telling you, characters are welcome, as USA says, Phil.
Yeah. I will not let people also not give Bray Wyatt his credit, because like when you look at what Leo's doing and what some other wrestlers are doing, like it's so apparent what his influence has been on wrestling, man.
Yep.
But we got the main event, MJF versus Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship in a title versus hair match. I thought the entrances were strong. Darby getting the big vignette coming out of sewer. I thought that was dope in New York. Made Darby feel like a big, massive star. When he came out and the Darby chants were going off, I was like, man, say what you will. We were here reviewing the last pay-per-view, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I think this could be cool for Darby. He can get his world title win, but I'm not thrilled about the idea of Max just winning, hit the belt back. I had my doubts of whether they could pull this off. They pulled it off, guys. What a phenomenal run for this guy. I think he was a fantastic champion. This did everything it was supposed to do for Darby. It made him feel special. There were a lot of people in the crowd with the pink puffy jackets on. Bro, Darby's minted, man. He's minted as a guy that can come back and eventually be a top guy in his company again, can be a champion again in his company. This did everything it was supposed to do for him, man. Like, it would have been easy for this to just be like a month-long run. He holds the belt and you just get back to him. Like, this was unique to Darby. He has some incredible TV matches. He did some great character work. Continues to do absolutely insane spots. And I'm just like, you just will not chill out. You just will find a way to do something ridiculous. Yeah, man. Salute to Darby, man. This worked out well for him. And the match itself, Darby did some stuff in this match where I was like, Darby, you have got to relax.
You gotta chill.
MJF doing his entrance, and they had the spotlight over the Clippers on the table. Really funny. Him standing over it and just looking at it. Really funny stuff. His ring announcement before the match, he's like, I'm not from any of these filthy 5 boroughs in this stupid city. And his big stupid flag that comes down with MJF and the Burberry. I thought all of that played well. That dive that Darby did to start this match was absolutely terrifying. The way he landed and then like folded up, I was like, oh my God, please be okay. Please be okay. Because that looked absolutely terrifying. I was like, oh my God. Luckily he was okay, because boy, did that look scary.
I legit thought the match was over like that quickly. Like, it looks like he got it like power bombed out of midair onto the ground, like how the landing ended, like onto his head and neck. This was like 13 seconds into the match or something, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it was it kind of fitting for it. Like, this is kind of leading to the end of your championship run of like your balls to the wall style is what this is what's leading to this. I think that, the run was so incredible. I think them making it substantial in just a month and
Yeah.
really adding that legacy and prestige to Darby. Like, if he only had one run as world champion, like, I think it would be worth it with what they did here. And like, that added so much into, like you saying, coming into the match, a lot of Darby Allin fans in the crowd, like a lot of Darby Allin fans into the crowd. Max is Max, and he knows what to do, getting heat immediately. First on Mick Foley earlier in the night, but then on his entrance, just saying something about the Knicks. Like, he knew exactly how to, even though they're in his home, essentially, to turn them and get them on Darby's side.
Yes. Darby continuing to do very dangerous, desperate spots in this match. Ended up being the thing that cost him this match. And it's the thing that Max has been telling him all along. Like, you taking matches every week, you coming into this match, you're still doing all this ridiculous crash dummy stuff. You just don't get it. And that's why I'm going to beat you. And he ended up being right. Darby did his big coffin drop spot that he tries to do on the apron. And that back bump he took on the apron, again, very terrifying stuff. And this was after it looked like he folded up into an origami or one of those paper footballs early in the match. And he slammed onto this apron. And I was like, oh my God, this guy has to chill the fuck out.
Like, taking the first bump and like almost knocking yourself out, and then it's going to do this one on the apron where it looks like his back folded onto the apron, and that still isn't even, that wasn't it, Phil. He did more after this.
Yeah. Throughout this match, continues to do very dangerous things. Max starts beating him down, and they start going up the ramp, and I was like, yep, the scaffolding's up there. He's gonna climb on the scaffolding. Climbs the scaffolding, does the big coffin drop off the top down, lands, and as soon as he got up, I was like, oh my God, his head. His head was bleeding so bad at one point getting up. I was like, this guy is incredibly out of his mind. I mean, it's the thing that makes Darby Darby, but oh my God, dude, you gotta maybe dial some of this back, because some of this was very scary. But the landing was great. But like, yeah, I don't know if he clipped his head on the table coming down or something, but yeah, his head was bleeding very bad.
Something happened somewhere, because like I was saying, it looked, the bump was great. Like, he landed as perfect as you can get off from that height. Like, I was like, great coffin drop, but then he gets up and he clips something somewhere, and that kind of played into the story of the match. So like, that unfortunate thing kind of worked out.
Yeah. The second Max noticed he was bleeding, he focused on his neck and his head. That played into the finish of the match, as you said. The the look on Max's face when he realized it and he went for that spot, that was great. And then, of course, to add the cherry on top again, side headlock takeover again. Max is your champion again, guys. Second 3-time AEW World Champion in the history of this company. The look on his face afterwards, he's kissing his belt. He's looking around like, oh, you idiots thought I was going to get my hair cut. Shame on you, stupid marks. I'm your champion again. This is it. Get used to it. And for everything I can say about Darby as an incredible champion, I thought that this worked really well for Max as well, because he still has this look like everybody's shooting for him. The fans want to get him out of here. All of these wrestlers are coming for his spot. And it works. It works for him. He does a great job as a heel, getting you to want him to lose. The best know how to do this well. It's what made Floyd's time on top in boxing so great, because everybody wanted to tune in to see this guy lose. And Max is great at it. After all of this stuff with Darby and how Darby endeared us as a champion that was fighting every week, yeah, it's annoying. I don't want to see this guy beat him this way, because Darby was a great champion.
Yep, he's a heel. He's a piece of shit. I don't want to see him come. And they do exactly what he did. Pick the bones of Darby Allin and his long reign, or in his reign, and get back to exactly what he was doing, like nothing ever happened. But that's exactly what a heel should do, and that's exactly what the story should tell. I do like that being Darby did the big thing. His head's bloody. Max was started to hone in on that and do a bunch of head type moves and neck based offense to really get Darby out of there. Hit a second rope tombstone to really stamp it and get him out. And Max is a champion again. It was always in the back of my mind when he first lost it. It was like, he probably just going to get it back in New York at Double or Nothing. And he did it. There was a part of this feud and this build up where I wasn't 100% in, but I think they totally stuck the landing. I think they got it to where they needed to get it. I, at one point, was convinced that Max was going to lose his hair. I was one of those marks that he's talking about. So, like, I think all the things happened, and I like the matches. I like the story that they told. Like, this is how you get back to Max, but still, Darby looked great 100% of the way.
Yes. I think the execution on this was really good. It did what it was supposed to do for Darby. It minted Darby as a guy, and Max still feels like a heel. And now he has bragging rights. He can come away and not just say that he's a 3-time champion, but he can be like, you guys cheered that guy and he cheated to beat me. I didn't have to cheat to beat this guy. I just let him do stupid stuff and I came behind him and I beat this guy clean. And you were ready to cheer this guy and let him still be champion, and you know he beat me unfairly. Kevin Knight cheated me and this is the guy you're cheering. Now look at you. Now look where you're at. Yeah, that there's going to be plenty of ammunition for him moving forward to go with in promo. And it's the kind of the same stuff he was saying with Hangman. Like, y'all love this guy. This is your main character. Why don't you love me? Like, you're mad at me for doing what I need to do to win, but you're fine with this guy cheating to beat me? You guys suck.
It's the same thing as, like you said, like about Hangman, of like, he does things and y'all cheer him, and I do those same things and y'all boo me. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's a very, very much Daffy Duck vibes where he's just like, wait a minute. Why is Bugs Bunny the hero of this cartoon? Like, y'all keep letting him get away with this, but like I get to be the one with egg on my face at every turn.
Classic Max.
Yeah. But yeah, this was great. Afterwards, Kevin Knight comes out to seemingly run Max off. And he gets up on top of the turnbuckle perch, and he looks like he's just staring off, trying to make sure Max is gone. As soon as Max is out of the way, he's up the ramp, hits the big UFO splash on Darby on the gurney outside of the ring, flips the gurney over. Kevin Knight is officially a heel, guys. This was an interesting place to do the heel turn. I kept wondering, why does he keep coming out there every time Darby has a match? Why does he keep trying to seemingly help him with Max? And it wasn't because he was trying to help him. He was waiting for his opportunity to do exactly what Max has been doing and trying to wait and pick the bones as well. I really like this. The thing I really also kind of liked here is the subtle thing that they did with Speedball on Wednesday. Because if you're paying attention, when Speedball lost, he had this look on his face when he was laying there on that mat where I was like, for a brief second, I second guessed myself because I was like, are they hinting Speedball is going to be the one that turns on Kevin here? Because Speedball did not look happy with the way he lost that match. He looked just that. If you go back and look at it, just the look on his face when he's laying on that mat, he did not look happy at all. And yeah, great stuff. Great way to end this night. I don't know how I feel about Kevin Knight being a heel. I have been predicting this for a while. He feels like another example like Swerve, where people really like this guy. He does crowd-pleasing offense. He's going to have a difficult task ahead of him, getting people to boo him. But we'll see. I think he has a great opportunity to do some interesting character stuff here and to develop his mic work. And so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what a Kevin Knight heel turn looks like either, Phil, but I'm excited to see him kind of tap into what that could be and tap into that potential, because we've seen some glimpses of it after that Swerve promo from a few months ago. He definitely has turned it up a little bit, and I think it's totally sitting in there, that big heel run for him. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to see how his offense, how he molds his offense and his character, his gear, and all the things kind of surrounding being a heel. He ended the show like the final frame of this big gigantic one of their best shows. Phil is Kevin Knight, the Jet. So like that means something.
Yes. Yeah, and I saw it looking at this guy at the end of the show. He looks the part. You've got a chance to like do some really cool character stuff with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You got a chance to make this guy an eventual world champion, man.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get into the last super chats we have, and then we're gonna ride off into the sunset. We got one from Meet Normus. He says, "It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, but how you know?" Yeah, Andrade is another guy that was just in this match,
hidden away. Andrade's hidden away. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world in this year.
I don't know if you could say hidden away. It is on a pay-per-view. He did get an opportunity here. I don't know if I love the idea of getting all these guys that didn't have anything else going and just throwing them in one catch-all match, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Then from the other Mikey V, he says, Kevin Knight got to bring back the Montezzi theme. Yeah, curious to see if he's going to keep doing the two fly chant. Because
that is kind of a baby face theme. You know what I mean? The two fly, it's like upbeat and stuff, but he could make it work, I think.
Black Phoenix Brand says, wait, the Kevin Knight heel turn wasn't clear as day to everyone. It's been the most telegraphed thing on AEW TV. I think people are holding out hope that he's not going to turn on Speedball because the heel turn was pretty obvious. But
that's what I saw most people saying. It's like they're fine with the heel turn. They just didn't want it to be on Speedball.
Yeah, he's still going to inevitably turn on Speedball, guys.
It's definitely. Coming. Absolutely.
It's coming. They probably just didn't want to do two things like that in close proximity because you already did the Kyle Fletcher to catch the thing on the same show.
Right.
I think I got all of our super chats. I just want to double check. Appreciate you guys for pulling up on a Monday.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I believe I got all of them. My bad if I missed you, but I'm pretty sure I got all of them. With that, man, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Hopefully, if you're throwing something on the grill, cracking open some brews or whatever, enjoy this day. But this has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. Righteous Reg. We're out of here.